Laura here. I get a lot of requests for chest and shoulder openers. It seems that we're a culture of collapsed chests. We tend to internally rotate in the shoulder quite a bit. And that can be from being on the computer, from texting, from carrying a heavy bag. It might be a briefcase or a gym bag or a purse, what have you. But we have a tendency to collapse. Internal rotation here. We want to avoid that. So we want to get the shoulders into their neutral position. Now, neutral may not feel natural, unfortunately, because we're used to this so much. So what can you do to get the shoulders back into the proper position? If you're a yogi, you might be thinking reverse prayer or Gomukhasana, cow's face, or Purva You might be thinking about back bends, right? The back bends will lift as well. Well, that's great if you have the time for a practice and if you can go into those poses without the internal rotation here, which a lot of us don't. But an even easier way to start working and getting the shoulders back to where we want them is this little pose. Right? So what we're going to do is just stand or sit, stacking your joints on top of each other. So crown of the head, shoulder, hip, knee, heel if you're standing. Interlace the fingers behind the back. Palms apart, elbows bent. It doesn't have to be a huge bend, but make sure the elbows are bent, especially my hyper-flexible yogis, because y'all will have a tendency to go hyperextend, and it's not good for the long-term health of our joints. So be careful with that. So interlace the fingers, bend the elbows a bit, lift up through the crown of the head, lift the arms. Now be careful not to overarch the back, because that's going to be a natural tendency here. So pull the floating ribs back, keep pulling the floating ribs back, lift up through the crown of the head. Yogis, bandhas up, and lift. We're getting the shoulders back to where we want them. Now be careful when you're doing this. If the arms go straight, notice what happens to my shoulder. Internal rotation. Bend the elbow, shoulder goes back, just like we want it to. So keep going like this. After a few breaths, switch the cross of the fingers. So if you're normally right over left like I am, switch to left over right, switch the fingers. Lift the chest, pull the floating ribs back, lift the arms. Breathe. Relax the arms. Notice how that loosens the entire chest up. It's fabulous to do on a daily basis. You're like this on a daily basis on the computer. So why not do this on a daily basis too? Try this a couple of times throughout the day. Whenever you can think of it, just in your seat or in your desk chair, just interlace and lift the arms. Let me know how it goes for you, and I'll see you soon. Thanks, you all. Bye.